Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Got another video for you here. We are running the last race for me for week 13, the Identity Crisis, which is GT3 cars on the
Pit lane
oval.
speed limit
We are
is
here at
35
USA
miles per hour.
International Speedway in
It takes
the
its clear
Lamborghini,
push. Okay, Jake.
and
We've
we're going out
got
for a
2
qualifying run.
laps to get the job done,
It's
mate.
an unofficial race, so just a good way for me to end out the week, have some fun, not really worry about safety rating or I rating, just try to have some fun, see what we can do with this thing on a type of track that it would typically not run on. I talked to some people earlier in the week, they ran this and said that they had a lot of fun, so I figured I'd go out and see what it was all about. We are going to try to do the best that we can for qualifying, just see if we can try to find any pace out of it. Definitely doesn't quite turn as well as oval cars, stock cars do here, but overall it's actually not too bad. I wasn't sure how hard I could push it into the corners. In terms of the brakes, you can see I got on the throttle a little too early, a little too hard there, so second lap is going to be worse. Right now we're sitting fourth, not sure how many guys have qualified, so we will jump out, take a look at that. May try to run just a couple more laps just to see if I can try to go any quicker and find a little bit of pace. Looked like in practice, fastest guys were getting down into the 22.0s, and I would not be surprised if somebody finds a way to do a 21. Which looks like we should easily have been able to do, or excuse me, not a 21, a 19. So see where that 19.91 would have put us. Hoping maybe we'll get lucky and have a bunch of road guys in here that don't have experience with oval, and that my oval experience will kind of translate, put me off in a little bit of a better position. Just got to remember to not overdrive these cars. You can't obviously accelerate out of the corner. I mean, it can accelerate, but it can't rotate quite as well as the oval cars do. So 19.191 would have easily put us in the pole. So we should probably have the pace, hopefully be able to move our way up. Looks like we're waiting on 3 people. The 4, the 42, and the 420. 4's run, 42, so we've got the 74 and the 5 are electing to not qualify and start to the back. They probably know something. 44 just turned, or 42 just turned a time, so we're waiting on the 420 is really the last one that needs to turn a time, so a minute and a half. So, yep, this will be the last one that I run for this week. Again, thankfully this is an unofficial, so 0 safety rating or I rating effect in this, just like the IndyCar race I ran at Charlotte was. So just going out here, have fun. I guess I'll try to keep it clean, not make anybody angry. Try to get through all 30 laps as clean. Try to see if we can try to finish this thing better than we start. Being on the outside, it's probably going to be a freight train, just like it would be in any other stock car race here. But have some fun with it. Close out the week hopefully on a good note. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed some of the races. It's given me a chance to try a couple different things out. I got to try out the Indy cars. Got to try out if you haven't seen it, the UMP modified race at Lima Land. Got to try that out, see what that's like. So may possibly think about running a couple different things. Not really sure. If I want to add too much else to what I've already been focusing on, or if I just want to focus on the same stuff again going forward. For sure. Definitely ARCA will be back for season 1 of 2022. Trucks will be back too. I'm guessing probably the fixed class again. Not sure if I've learned how to drive them fast enough really to worry about the open. May run open at times, we'll see. Depends on when that starts up. May bring back some of the short track stuff that I did. The late models, open setup for that. May do some either SK Tour mods, probably focus on the fixed for the super late model series. Try to learn how to drive that. Just try to have as much fun, but get back to stuff that'll help me develop, and maybe I made a couple too far steps for where my skill set was for the season 4 2021, and I need to dial it back, or I need to go back and focus on some other areas. We'll see. It just kind of depends on what every week brings, where I feel like I'm lacking. Maybe one of those that even if I don't decide to devote a full season to a series, I may develop or devote 2 or 3 weeks in a row or something like that to stuff and what I feel like is going to benefit me the most, for my overall goal. So kind of up in the air. But like I said, for sure, definitely ARCA and trucks in some form, whether it's fixed or if open, when open starts, possibly that, and some form of road one, whether it'll be, not sure if it's just going to be the rookie MX-5, if it's going to be SimLab Production Car Challenge, if we do advanced MX-5, I'm not sure there. Probably, my guess is it would probably side between either rookie MX-5 or SimLab Production Car Challenge. Just to, since I don't feel like I've mastered really any of the driving techniques, to where I, feel comfortable moving up, because I know, like, safety-wise, I'm getting a lot better at it, but I kind of want to, stick to a slower car that I can master a lot of driving techniques that will translate to other cars and other series, and then I can kind of step up. So we'll kind of fill it out. I mean, for sure those three, and then it'll just be a matter of what the schedule looks like, and again what my driving feels like. So that's kind of my initial thoughts for how season one's gonna go. We'll just see.
In the outside column. Get closer to Phillips.
And there we go. Made the mistake of trying to go without the car starting. There's my rookie mistake for the race. So get back close. Got a bunch of Porsches around. I'm guessing they're probably going to have an advantage. We've got a Ferrari back there. We've got a Mercedes AMG back there. Looks like we might have one other Lambo. Probably at a disadvantage in the Lambo. But, I felt, in my limited practice trying this, I felt most comfortable with that car. Between that and I own the BMW, the M4 GT3. So, I don't know, maybe you should have gone with the rear engine of the M4 and see, but this will just be all about pure fun. So, just going to start fourth, hopefully finish no worse than fourth, and see if we can try to contend with the leaders at all, since we seem to, as I ran a couple laps there after qualifying, after the 2 official laps, that I have pace if I don't pick up the throttle too early. So, going to start in first gear with the traction control. The way it is, it shouldn't be too hard to worry about spinning tires compared to a stock car. So, just going to do the best that we can.
All right, Jake, nice and neat. Stay out.
Try to tuck a little bit, watch for the leader.
Green.
Inside line still will be important. This is just going to be like a regular oval race, so try to get to the outside. We've already got guys trying to dive down. There's wreck there. We get sandwiched in the middle of it. Cars wrecking everywhere. Hopefully the car's not beat up too bad. We're going to have a couple more go to us on the inside. Ferrari gets by. We've got the 84. We've got one to our inside. We're going to try to clear coming off the corner. He makes contact with us. Just going to hold it to the outside for now until we can get clear. Probably should have cut down a little bit sooner, but I got on the throttle a little too much and wasn't able to. Let's see if we can fall behind the 44. He turns right. I don't think he is as good at ovals as we might be, so lost a lot of spots there, but hopefully the car's not damaged too bad and we can start picking our way up through. 30 laps is quick here, but it can also, still got a lot of laps to go, so good gap out behind, so no real pressure from behind. And we're going to set our sights on the 44. It looks like he's pretty aggressive, so he may end up getting into the back of the 84 if the 84 holds him up. 84 goes way high, so we're going to have to watch him coming down off the wall, out of the corner. Not sure if he just overshot the corner or what. Get into him a little bit, didn't mean to do that. Thankfully, again, safety rating aside from the DQ. The incident points is only for the DQ side. It's not going to actually affect safety rating, so got to watch out too much. He kind of cut down that time. We're definitely going to have more pace than him, so got to try to get to his inside, get by him so that we can get back to the 44. That'll put us in 5th at least. Leaders about a full straightaway ahead, if not a little further than that, but Again, we might have enough enough pace to try to get our way up there. 44 looks like he might have brushed the wall a little bit coming out of 2. It's definitely driving it hard. It's, I would say, probably not the preferred line if you're in a stock car. Be overdriving it, so. But if he's got the pace, he might know something. He might end up, wearing out tires a little bit more, so these guys aren't used to the wear they can put on the right front. It's funny here, you can kind of clip the apron a little bit more. For me, this track's always been real sensitive on the apron. If you get too much of the yellow line, it's going to rip the car around in stock cars. So it seems like in GT3 cars, you can get away with a little bit more of that, although still not much. So kind of taking a little bit of a late apex. Probably should be slowing down a little bit more getting in the corners, but overall not too bad. Car's definitely going to be hurt from the damage we got from the wreck, but doesn't seem to be horrifically off pace. Looks like we're holding about even with the 4 and the 44. 44 is catching the 4, so keep an eye on the gap next time by the line and we'll see where we're at. 1.4 and 1.2 back. Pulled away big time from the 5 behind, so no pressure behind at all. Got plenty of room to try to go after him. Looks like I screwed that corner up a little bit, so we lost about the 10th that I lost in the corner. Yep, lost a 10th to each one of them, which is really the 10th I had lost through 1 and 2 that lap, so just got to try to make sure that I do a little bit better job of slowing down into the corners and letting it rotate before I try to pick up the throttle too early. You can see we gained that 10th back right there. So if I keep doing that, we might have the pace, especially if the 4 and the 44 start battling side by side, or if the 44 makes any contact. Might have a shot to go after 4th or 3rd, possibly. Starting to catch the leader too. We're holding even. I would guess that the 4 and the 44 are going to be catching the 1. Just going to watch this battle from behind. 44 is definitely driving very aggressively. He's going to work to the inside of the 4. 4 is going to give him the line in. Got also a wreck car up there. We were able to stay low. Thankfully, the car stayed up against the wall. There's a lot of slow traffic up here now, so that's going to bring the leaders together as well. Might have allowed us to close up a little bit. Things are going to get real interesting now. This is when I need to focus on navigating through this as quickly as I can rather than just trying to turn as fast a laps. Starting lap 15, so next time by we will be halfway, so race is still got a little way to go, but it's also clicking off pretty quick, so now's the time to eliminate as many of the mistakes as I can. 420 is definitely driving it hard. Gets off track, gets down below. We're able to clear him, no problem.
Okay, Jake, that's half distance. Fuel levels are fine. That line was at 20.45.
Definitely pushed this a lot harder through the corners without worry of it stepping out, but I'm sure it's one of those to run those absolute fastest laps, it's a very fine edge of what you can or cannot do. So overdrove it into the corner a little bit, didn't quite get as low as I wanted to, but we're definitely catching the 44 and the 4. Seems like guys are a lot more courteous when the faster car gets to their inside into the corner, just letting them have it compared to some of the oval guys that I've raced with. So we'll see if that courtesy continues to extend or if that's mistakes that we were seeing that happen from rather than courtesy. See, the guys are kind of taking a little bit of a later apex, which probably isn't the worst idea here. 4 kind of overshoots the corner a little bit. We're going to try to work to his inside. Not sure if we're going to be able to get to the 44s. That gap's held about constant the last few laps. We have definitely been catching the 4. 44 might be one of the faster cars on the track.
Outside.
4, I feel like didn't overshoot the corner. He just moves over and gives us the spot, so he might be pretty courteous, understanding that he's not as fast. So if that's what he did, thank you to him, but not at all what I was expecting. I'm used to a lot of blocking, so set our sights on the 44, see if we can get back to him. He way overshoots the corner. That was not out of courtesy. That was most definitely a mistake, and we pulled away quite a bit from before already, so I think he might have recognized where he was at pace-wise. Just decided not to fight and risk losing even more spots by getting contact. 9 to go this time by. 44 keeps making mistakes, and we keep running clean. We've got a shot at him for third. And the 2 is actually up here as well. We've closed up on him, so we'll see if we can do anything. But if nothing else, we should be able to finish where we started. Just have to watch and see how much the 44 overdrives. It looks like he's getting in the wall a couple times. We're very close to it. But he seems to be running single file, even though there's some slower traffic mixed in here. A little bit of side-by-side action, but more or less some guys trying to look underneath. Nobody really able to do anything, so just gotta keep an eye to watch out if there's any problems. 7 to go this time by.
P4, that lap time was
44 still driving a bit aggressive. 2's trying to get to the inside of the 84. 84 goes way high, then comes kind of cutting back down, not all the way down. Now he does, right in front of the 44. I got on the throttle a little too early, lost momentum off to the corner. Have to see if the 84 holds up the 44 and allows us to close back in or not. Although, I'm sure given how the 44 is run, if he feels like he's been held up at all, he won't be afraid to make contact. There's the contact that we were expecting to see. That was probably all on the 44 for not being patient enough. Kind of drives it in hard. 3 thankfully gave us the lane, holds us to the outside. We're able to clear him, close back up on the 44. We're going to have 4 to go next time by. Trying not to make contact with the 44. Want to try to get by him cleanly if possible. He's definitely overdriving it in the corners now. Feel like he's just waiting too late to brake, which is not allowing him to get out of the corners quite as quick, although he's finding a way to make it stick, so that could be the difference in the cars themselves and or whatever damage I might have. But he's opening up that bottom, so eventually if we're there, we're going to try to take a look at it. 3 to go this time by.
That's good consistency, keep it up.
Don't have too much time left to think about a move. Now he's starting to pull away again, so we're going to need some more mistakes out of him. Close back up to the 2 as well for third. Unfortunately, not going to be enough time to likely do anything.
2 laps left. Your lap time
Not even sure if we're going to be able to get to the 44. I think the only way we might is if the 44 gets to the 2 and they both happen to wreck. So it's looking like it's probably going to be a 4th place finish. I kind of drove that one a little too hard into the corners. 44 is able to pull since he gets a little bit of a better run off the corner. Kind of did the same thing there too. We're going to lose a lot more time, so looks like it's going to be a 4th place finish. Pretty fun overall, and definitely a little bit of a different element, but not something I'm used to when I'm typically one of the faster cars on the track. It does not happen very often unless I'm in a slower split, so a lot of fun. Glad to have avoided some of the aggressive guys, although that wreck at the beginning was quite intense. There's cars everywhere, didn't really have anywhere to go, and tried to do my best to avoid it. So hopefully, guys, you enjoy that. You can see how much front-end damage we got from that. Let's take a look at that from the beginning and see what happened there. That was just everybody going everywhere. So you can see I'm hanging to the outside. 8 gets into the 6. And this is where the track's going to get clogged, so let's see. I think 8's thinking that the 6 is going to continue to go up. 6 is actually holding his line. Should probably be drifting up a little bit, but not really. 8's going to, as he's trying to get on the throttle and work his way back out of the corner, gets into the 6, turns him. As he gets a little loose from that and starts to spin back to the inside, his right rear clips our left front, which kind of upset it a little bit, sent me up. I was able to lift and try to get control. Got the 6 spinning, 8 spinning down low as well. So I was trying to let off, thought that there would be a gap there, which is why I started getting on the throttle. And unfortunately, as I'm doing that, you can see the 4 was coming into this. Let's see if we got netcode. Yeah, a little bit of netcode with the 4, which probably was going to happen anyways. So that sent me left into the, is that the 42 that we get? Yes, that was the 42 that we got into, which we pushed him, which just destroyed the front end even more. And then as we try to come off, we make a little more contact with the 4 again. And that gets the 1 and the 4 by, and then that gets us rolling again. We're going to have the 84 and the 44 look to the inside as well during that, and then we try to right ourselves. So that was definitely quite crazy. Let's take a look at the results, just see where we ended up with the lap times. Glad we were at least able to rebound back and finish where we were. That made it a little bit better at least. So 1876 top split, pretty weak overall. Again, that's taking road rating, so that's going to be part of it. You can see we were about 2/10 off, a tenth and a half, little over off. I'm guessing I probably would have been able to get into the 19s or close to it, or 20s, if we wouldn't have had that damage, and that damage came right there on the first lap. So not too much I could do overall. Just it was again all about having fun. So glad to finish where we started. I think we were definitely picking up time on the 2 and the 44 at times, more so the 2 than the 44 at the end. Not sure if we would have had anything for the leader, but made a good charge back, especially for as far back as we were. We definitely closed on the leader then, given how far back we were. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that. I'll close out week 13 for me, and we'll get something up relatively soon for the start of season 1 2022. Feel free to leave any comments below, your thoughts on it. And anything else, just love hearing from you guys. Remember to like and subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos. And until the next one, hopefully all your laps are fast, your races are clean, and your finishes are good. Thanks for watching.